Say something. Do
Hi.
something.
Hi y'all, what's up?
We got Missy Jen today. She, well, let's bring you guys up to speed about what's going on today, because Jen's been working here and I've been working here today, and we had our little buddies, let me get on this side with the light on you. We had our little buddies, the Mouseketeers, in here. And they're really cute, aren't they? But we don't need them around we don't need them around.
And since the neighbors moved, can't throw them over there no more.
Yeah, we can't throw them because now we actually like the neighbors over there, right?
We got now some blonde lady living there, and we can't throw them.
So we won't have the concerts on Sunday morning at 8 o'clock with the
over there no more,
Mexican music blaring and all that at 8 a.m. So what we're doing now, guys, is Jen, we removed the what is ostensibly our rolling pantry here. We pulled this out. Actually, Jen pulled it out yesterday, and she's wiped down all the shelves here. We threw away everything that could have possibly be impacted here. So we got that pretty well squared away. So we're kind of working backwards from the effect. Now we're going back to the cause over here. And what we've got is somehow that we're getting intrusion over here. And I went ahead and pulled the vent. I used to have a vent pipe on here, but with these all-in-one washer dryers, they're non-vented. They don't need venting to do their drying. They depend on a really super high spin, and it gets stuff so dry that when heat's put to it, after 50 minutes, it's perfectly dry. It's electric heat. So I wanted to seal that up, and I don't know how. We just had a lot of crap on the floor back here that I'll spare you what was down here. But I'm also checking behind the water heater too, just for checking for signs of intrusion. We do have the entry water pipe there too. You probably won't be able to see that. And the last thing is we have the access plate for the crawl space under the house, and you guys know I hate to go down there, but we have enough of an edge here that it may be a case where you know, they're able to move through that little crack down here. So there's some steps I've got to take, and then of course we have the poison baits to go down here once things are all done. But we got to be very careful because we got the doggies here, and we don't want to take a giant step backward with something happening to them. So we pulling everything out here and getting a go. So I'm gonna lift this up now, because the place I usually hear the crawling going on is over here behind this wall. So obviously they're probably not getting in internally within the room here, but coming in probably through here, and you know, because I hear them rustling and trying to get up to the other side where we have Lazy Susan with condiments and things on there. So we want to try. I want to try to pull this up now and get some of the poison baits up in that area too. So that should pretty much put an end to to our rodent shenanigans here. So we shall see. All right, guys, stick with us today. We're gonna get this place really clean, get it fixed up, get it right. Ooh, all right, guys, those of you who have been on the channel, it's scaring you, Missy Jen. Ooh, have been on the channel a while will know one of my least favorite things to do is be gone down under the house. It's just a horror show of spiders and stuff down here. But I wanted to check this lip on the where this access plate comes down, to see if I see any evidence of rat poo along there, and I do see some. So I have to assume there may be coming up through here somehow. And of course Jen says mice are very sneaky, so they can come in small areas. But I really want to get down here and take a look. Oh, brother. Oh, boy. I want to really take a look at what's going on up here, because I don't think that they can get There's no real way to get into the wall there. Maybe I have to look at this shelving over here to check that out. I'm going to take a closer inspection over here to see how they're getting in here, because I hear them up here on the wall back here next to the water heater. So I'm going to poke around a little bit here and I'll let you guys know what I find. Guys, I did a pretty thorough inspection underneath here, and I really don't believe they're getting up through this area. I believe some of those droppings that were up here probably came down between the cracks here. I just don't think that these mice could make their way up through this here. So what I want to do now is I want to go outside and check on the outside, because obviously they're coming in from the outside and getting into the house, and I might have to put up some screening or something at the base of the house. So I'm going to go outside and check that now. I'm on the outside on the north side of the casa here, and I went ahead and I felt underneath of the lip there where the siding comes down. It meets the 6x6, the big framing base plate that goes along the length of the foundation, the perimeter foundation, and there just isn't any opening up there at all. And this would be the area of where we're getting the intrusion, about right in here, and I just don't I don't feel anything up there. Over here, everything just seems all really well closed up for me. Pardon me, daddy long legs in there. So the next thing I want to do now, one thing I do know, when I did plumbing and electrical work here, we had the electrical feed brought overhead from the garage. Remember, our service box is on the side over here. And what happened before was that there's a pipe that runs, the service would come over there and it would come underground along here, and then a pipe would feed into the side of the crawl space down there. And I had to cut that because I wanted the power feed to come in through the top now, because I put a new circuit breaker box in and everything. So I'm thinking that that could be an entryway that they're getting into the in there through that conduit pipe, because it's about a 3-inch wide pipe and it only has some cable that probably only takes up about 20% of the size. And I'm wondering if they're not getting in that way somehow. So that pipe goes right under here and goes in right over there. So what I want to do is go get what they call some fire stop, which is some of the not super expanding foam, but somewhat expanding foam, and get that in there and start blocking off all the holes and everything, and see if we can get things sealed up here. So see you back here in a little while. All right, I just got back from the big box sticks. I got some of this stuff, big gap fillers, and expanding, not super expanding foam, because that can make things worse. That can open gaps and things. So I'm going to be going around and filling some of the spots, like we have up here that goes up where the entry for the water pipes up on top. We're going to seal that up. I don't know how well you can see that. Then I'm going to look around at some of the other areas here. I want to also check where that conduit comes in, somewhere back here, and make sure we get that all sealed off too. So I'm going to get to it here. Oh, it's always so ugly down here. You can see how that works. That expands around there real good around that drain pipe for the washing machine up there. So nothing's going to be coming in there. Again, and this stuff really expanded out like crazy over here. But nothing's going to be coming out around these water pipes too, which is just fine. It also gives them a little extra insulation too. So everything's been plugged up. I did a few more down here, so it's time to get top side and get to the outside of the building. Hey, we're on the side here. I don't know how well you can see in there. I'll move the camera, but you can definitely see some mouse droppings on that ledge right there. And I'm on the south side of the house now. And when I put my hand under here, you can definitely feel an open gap up here, and I'm pretty sure that's where the intrusion is occurring from this side. So I'm going to go ahead and seal that and check the rest of the bottom here. On the other side, the perimeter is too high, and a mouse is not going to be able to jump up and then hang on upside down and then go in. You know, I mean, it can do acrobats, but not to that extent. Not enough to block the vent. Just start withdrawing it and then just cut it off right there, and then we'll let that set real good. Yeah, and that's really filled in good now, so nothing's going to be able to intrude in there, and we'll just hit that with a little green paint on the side there, and that should do that. So I'm going to go around and check the rest of the underneath, because this is a great side for intrusion here because it is so low. So, all right, there's my #1 Mouseketeer there today in the Mickey Mouse Club. So I think we did a pretty good job. I found that one opening over there with a trail of mouse poo behind it. So I think we pretty much got things sealed. We're going to bait the box over here again on the side. It'll be our first line of defense against entry. So now I theorized they were coming in this side over here and then making their way along the perimeter concrete where the sole plate sits for the foundation, and then making their way over to the pantry area there and coming in God knows where there. So stop the external hole. I plugged the inside holes now, so I think we should be pretty well set. We're going to put a few bait blocks on the floor out of reach of Georgie and Mandy, the dogs here, so we shouldn't have any issue with that. So yeah, we're just about done, close to wrapping up today, and we'll have everything back together. Isn't this exciting to be on Mouse Patrol? Missy Jen's like, no. Okay guys, we took time to do something else, didn't we, today, honey?
Yes.
We put in our LED lights here up top side, and you can see for the first time in probably years we have uniform color, and it's not really a harsh white light. I mean, it's got some good color tones to it, which I really like. So we're going to change out the other ones that we use a lot here where Jen sits at her computer station. So I'm going to change out these. These are a little bigger, but it's 60 watts and 60 watts. This is going to give Jen like 120 watts in this area, which should be fine. If it's not adequate, we'll change it back. But these two lights here on both sides of the track lights are the ones that we predominantly use in here, and only rarely, you know, do we hit the track lights here. Although they're very pretty and everything, we really don't use them that often because they're very energy wasters. Our electric bill maybe doubled in the last year, so we have to figure out. I mean, we do run a lot of computers. I'm in the Shine Shack outside a lot, but you know, when lights are on constantly, this is going to chew up a lot of power, and these use 1/10 of the power of the LEDs. So all right guys, we'll give you a look in here too, and Jen did a great job of assisting me today. She cleaned that all. You can see how beautifully clean everything looks in here now. I think we're all sealed off. We have bait blocks down there. I'll just move this over in a position where it's not possible for the doggies to get to it, which is good. And I think we're good to go. Anyway, what do you tell the people that we're along today? Oh, I like seeing you in the dirt down under the house. No, I'd like to see you with spider webs all over you and everything else. No, we'd like to have you along. Right. See how happy she is, very enthusiastic today. So, all right, everybody, we're all done on our little furry friend Mouseketeer Day is over here on the Rancho. Let's keep our fingers crossed now and hope we don't hear any of that little in the walls. Or next time it's gonna be Jen going in.
I'm just gonna clock and sock.
All right, everybody. Thanks for being along.